Hi, I'm Dave, and I'm going to be talking about Radiant Technologies Radiant Barrier for the RV market and why it is one of the most superior insulation products on the market today. Radiant Technologies Radiant Barrier Foil, called Aerospace Foil, is manufactured here in the United States at our plant in Texas. The technology for aerospace foil originated from the NASA program to allow astronauts to walk in space. The temperatures of space are so extreme that a special type of insulation was needed. If you were to take a walk in the vacuum of space, it would be 450 degrees facing the sun and a negative 250 degrees at your backside. Radiant Barrier was NASA's answer to these extreme temperatures. Aerospace foil is made of two sheets of perforated 99.5% aluminum sheets with polyethylene insert that keeps the two sheets from touching each other to form a barrier so that each side of the aerospace foil material can reflect heat and not affect the other side. Because of aerospace foil's almost pure aluminum content, each side of aerospace foil has a reflective rate of 97%, which is the highest in the radiant barrier industry. In fact, from calculations from an independent engineer, aerospace foil has a calculated R value of 38 at an ambient temperature of 80 degrees. Seems hard to believe from something so thin, doesn't it? So let's take a look at a demonstration of how aerospace foil works. What I have with me today is a demonstration box that will show you how aerospace foil works. We have a two-sided box with insulation on the bottom of each side, two 250-watt heat lamps, and a thermometer on each side that is going to measure the heat transfer through the insulation as the lamps shine down. On one side, I'm going to place the aerospace foil over the insulation. As you can see, each side is measuring just about 82 degrees here and about 85 degrees on that side. What we're going to do is we're going to heat the box up and let it get going. As you can see, we have good heat and good light. So let's take a quick look at, it'll take just a few minutes for the box to heat up, so let's take a few moments to look at what R value is so you get a better understanding of how aerospace foil works. R value represents the time it takes for heat to transfer through an insulated area. So heat takes an X amount of time to travel through the insulation to the other side. The thicker the insulation, the longer the heat will take to transfer through the insulation, and so the higher the R value. Once the insulation, such as this fiberglass, becomes saturated with heat, the heat will begin to continue to transfer through. It works similar as a sponge. Once the sponge is full of water and you add more water, the water will transfer through the sponge and drip out, as the sponge can only hold so much water. Same with fiberglass insulation. Once it has become full of heat, it will transfer the heat straight through to the other side. Now let's take a look at our demonstration box and see what we have. As you can see, the side without the aerospace foil has heated up to just shy of 120 degrees, while the side with the aerospace foil is just at 82 degrees. The side with only the insulation will continue to get hotter and hotter as heat is applied. This is what happens in the roof of an RV. When only insulation is used, eventually the heat transfers through to the insulation and into your RV, making your conditioner run longer and harder, while the side with the aerospace foil has 97% of the heat from the lamps reflected back, helping to keep the interior of your RV from heating up and your air conditioning from running so much. We have seen energy usage reduced by as much as 20 to 40% using aerospace foil insulation. And I'm going to add some other reflective material on this side to give you an idea of some other materials that are presently being used, and we'll get to that later. But what about the winter time? Well, that is the beauty of aerospace foil. Because of the double reflective properties of aerospace foil, it will help to keep this heat out in the summertime, but in the wintertime it will reflect the heat back into your RV. As the sun rises to the ceiling or attic where 80% of an RV's heat loss comes from, aerospace foil reflects the heat back into your RV and dramatically reduces your heating costs. In fact, aerospace foil will help to keep your temperature within 2 degrees from floor to ceiling. Now that is not only keeping you comfortable, but helping to cut your utility bills. So what we have is a 99.5% pure industrial grade aluminum product that is perforated to prevent moisture condensation, that leads to mold, reflects heat at 97%, and works in both winter and summer to give you the most insulation value for your money. So the next time you're looking for an RV that will keep you warmer in the winter and cooler in the summer, make sure you see the Radiant Technology Aerospace Foil sticker in the window, which means you will be purchasing the highest grade of insulation value available today. Thank you. Hope you enjoy your new RV.